everywhere. We can see it if we care. It gets hidden in the depths of lies we live to try and get.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining me. I want to extend my deepest, sincerest gratitude for all of those that tune in and listen to what I have to share to the collective and for the collective. I thank you. Now, we're going to talk about empaths today. But before we begin, I want to speak for just a moment to everyone, the entire collective, regarding truly knowing thyself. So, in order to become spiritual or to be enlightened, to integrate spirituality into your life, it does not require you. Well, let me say, it is not you changing your nature at all. It's you changing your ability to expand the mind and understand your true nature fully. All of us suffer from not being seen at some point in our lives. Usually, this does occur in childhood, regardless of how good your childhood was. It's what we would call the inner narcissist journey. And yes, everyone has some level of narcissistic tendencies to learn from and overcome. And it's not to be ashamed of, but to actually learn from. We will all seek to be seen, but true contentment in this begins first with you seeing yourself, understanding yourself, your true nature. Then, once this has been experienced and achieved, truly integrated, we can choose the company we keep with a true discernment of being seen by others. We must understand the fundamental laws of nature in order to know thyself. Let's take observing an event, for example. Whether you are actually there in person or not, science has proven that the observer to anything affects its outcome. It's called the odds of probability. So if you understand your true nature, then you also understand that as an observer, even if you're just watching the TV or listening to it being recorded on the radio news, you can now become a better observer. Consciously see the event that you're observing or witnessing in a more positive outcome aspect rather than a doom and gloom or a fear-based horrors occurring event taking place. For example, you're watching the local news and they're showing a car wreck playing out live, where someone caught it live on video. And it's playing out in real time. You, as the observer, may not be able to prevent the accident itself, but you can definitely lessen the impact of the souls that are involved. So rather than watching it and thinking, oh my God, these people are going to die, you can have that thought quickly and then change it into, no, 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 no. We're not going to let this person die. That's not going to happen today, not on my watch, because you're watching, you're a watcher, you're observing it. So then you can say quickly into your mind that they're going to be shielded, they're going to be buffered, or just that they're going to be okay in any way that feels comfortable and is the easiest for you to access and the quickest for you to think and see in your mind's eye, to imagine it as being. And then you can watch it play out in real time to see just how effective one person that's an observer, being a better observer, can really do, can really be the difference. I've proven this time and time again to myself as I was younger, and then to others as I got older. Because I think that's maybe the easiest way for you to truly begin to open that door of accessing and entertaining the ideas, the real possibilities, that you are more than you have ever been allowed to know. And that, my friends, that is that key component that you need in order to allow yourself to know yourself further and then love yourself deeper from a higher perspective. And when people speak of the higher perspective or looking at it from a bird's eye view, really what that is you having a higher level of understanding or knowledge to be able to see it through a new lens, a new perspective, a new perception of learning to know thyself, which is crucial for all of us, not just empaths. Now, on to speaking to the empaths and understanding who you are as an empath. And I'm certain that there are going to be some listening to this who never saw themselves as an empath or a starseed, maybe even. And definitely, probably most definitely not as an earth angel. Empaths read the energy of others, the emotional truth. You can practically read their minds, not how it's depicted in movies, but a delicate yet challenging ease of knowing when someone is lying or pretending, faking it. They read your energy, your body language. Perhaps some visions could show up, images within their mind's eye that shows the empath, the person's truths. Everyone can read behavior, but empaths take it a step further because they collect all the data that is coming in on that person before making the conclusion, a specific focal point to settle on. They see it from not just an empathetic, but a sympathetic, compassionate point of view. Really seeing it, really feeling the other person's point of view and why they feel this way or are acting a certain way. They can read that you're pretending and then analyze through the data collection why you're pretending. Oftentimes, empaths will know a person better than the person even knows their self. They are like sympathy ninjas. They do not like to argue. They do not like to debate. They do not like discord of any type. Instead, they actually enjoy seeing other people's points of view and seeing other people happy, which can allow them to fall into that trap of being too much of a people pleaser and not enough self-love and clear boundaries. It's very hard for an empath to tell someone no, or I can't, or I'm sorry, I'll have to pass. They will sacrifice themselves to please other people. It is to them a way of helping the other person, which also in turn feeds that collection data access point to further understand a specific person, as well as the human condition as a whole. Because that is something that an empath greatly needs to understand. Because they, from a very young child, had a very strong moral compass and a very clear understanding of right and wrong and love and war. And they could see everyone's jadedness and pain. And they knew the rules and they knew the laws and they were comprehending that. But the people around them that were teaching them the rules and the laws weren't obeying the rules and the laws of virtue and moral. They were breaking them. So empaths have this deep desire to understand the human condition and the human mind. And why do we have moral laws and values, but we don't adhere to them? As humans, we protest the values and the morals to our very last breath. But how many are truly righteous in their actions and their deeds and their words and their thoughts and their heart's desires in honoring those values and morals? So for the empath, it is very necessary to understand the human condition as a whole. And it also allows them to be able to help a specific person better or the collective. Because empaths are always people, souls, beings that are in service to others. They are the nurturers, the healers, the fixers. They see it from that bird's eye view, that higher perspective that allows them to restore balance in many areas. If you are sensitive to sound or smell, etc., make use of that to better assist you and others rather than hinder you. Use your sensitivities to make the world a better place. Make an effort to improve your sensitivities. Practice them. Not in an uncomfortable, unbearable, or stressed kind of way. And do not allow others' energy to overwhelm or overrun you any further. As an empath, you are highly intuitive, and you can master thoughts and emotions. And with this gift, as well as teaching this energy to others and how to utilize it and read it, we truly can make the world a better place. And that is your mission, or it wouldn't be your gift. It is your gift to offer to the world. Everyone has intuition, but the empath's intuition is more specific, more literal, more clear, more of a survival intuition, if you will, that warns them of the harms or the negative people or energy or situation that is around. They know that it's coming before it happens. They feel the energy, the vibrations of it. When this intuition is ignored, they are violating that energy and their gift. A strong sense of self and love, respect, clear understanding is in order for the empath to accept this intuitive gift and trust its instructions. When you do not have a strong sense of self, your relationships are complicated or difficult. Your intuition could even feel off. Your lives could even feel out of control. Empaths have psychic powers. They are psychically attuned in addition to being emotionally endowed. They can receive data, signals, waves of info about another person at a distance or up close. These signals can occur in a variety of forms. They have the ability to view and analyze a situation from various perspectives and various distances. And yes, even thousands of miles of distance. It's what some would call remote viewing. They can be a seer in a critical situation because they can see a situation from a higher perspective, above the chaos, which can prove to be very useful for all involved. When you can see everyone and everything that's involved in a situation, all of the emotions that are involved, and a number of symbols and themes, synchronicities that all play a role in that bigger picture of the situation and the data collection, they make excellent critical thinkers, mystery and problem solvers. Like I said, the fixers. They have an ability to distance themselves from the situation in order to access it accordingly and fairly, finding profound insight that benefits the whole, not their ego. In fact, if anything, as I said before, they will sacrifice their self for the whole, for the greater good of the many. They have the ability to get to the root or core of any given situation. They have the ability to find the ideal solution or compromise for any given argument, provided, of course, that the others involved are willing to listen and trust them. This can be very frustrating to an empath who can see it so clearly, but isn't given the opportunity or even an option of showing and sharing it with others in order to create the balance and the peace and the harmony that they so deeply desire on a constant. Strong empaths have great potential to become visionary leaders, philosophical teachers, and healers of all modalities, bringing real change, real needed change to this world. Empaths have a very strong physical presence. They will be taken notice of when they enter a room or a building, any type of venue. As well, they can see past barriers and forms of separation, the cloaking or the hiding of another person's true self that everybody uses from time to time. We all have the ability to cloak and shield, to mask ourselves or hide behind our words or our actions. Pretend to be or feel one way when really on the inside it isn't matching up with our heart and our mind. Empaths easily pierce those veils and see the truth within you. They see your true colors, whether they call you out on it or not. And more often than not, they will choose to remain silent for your dignity's sake. Empaths also have the ability to amplify their energy. Tapping into their inherent abilities can change the mood of a room in the blink of an eye, or that person that needs them. Empaths are those types of people that your friend or your family member will call or come and see when they need to be uplifted or need someone to talk to. Because you're guaranteed to make them laugh or smile, or at least walk away feeling better than they did when you found them. Most people choose to be guarded or shielded rather than to feel fully exposed. So when I mentioned that we all mask ourselves or hide at times, I'm not trying to insult anyone. It's simply a fact of our God-given abilities that we all need to wake up to and realize the potential that lies within those. An empath has the ability to make anyone feel good about themselves because they're good at seeing the good within you and pulling it out and up to the surface so that you can see it and feel it too. Their presence makes other people feel safe and happy, allowing you to let your guard down and allow them in further. They make great friends, partners, counselors, teachers, healers, and guides. They are the heart's healing tonic. They are your heart health elixir. They're good for business and feeling good because they see you on a deep, compassionate level. And they can help you see and feel good about yourself. Sometimes they know people better than people know themselves. They have the ability to heal themselves and others through their words or energy healing. But often they do not share this because they do not like feeling more special or being viewed as different. They want to fit in, be normal, while also encouraging others to embrace being their unique selves. The irony. They often become business owners, healers, or people who work in the arts, such as in marketing or design, film, architecture, music, teaching, painting, sculpting, writers, philosophers, scientists, investigators, and so on. They have the ability to manifest thought into physical form, whether they realize it or not. Something practical, useful for all. This is one of their inherent skills and traits. They can make things happen. They can transform, transmute, and translate abstract concepts like emotions into concrete forms like solutions. Empaths are more fulfilled if they can be creative rather than conforming to those more conventional or conservative type jobs that lead to burying your traits and your gifts, your strengths, for themselves and in service to others, which is where and how they truly thrive. They truly do have the power to see what is wrong with the world and how to logically and most effectively fix it. Not band-aids, but real solutions. A real process of correcting, healing, or replacing with new measures. There are many people in the world who suffer in silence, whether it be anxiety, depression, weariness, pain. Sometimes they're subjugated by their bosses or even their governments. They become addicted to things, find an escape, whether it be food, alcohol, narcotics, sex, gambling, even social media or gaming, TV, really anything that can hook you up and tune you out, that seemingly treats or buries the wounds that are deep within their soul. Some so deep and so addicted, it isn't even noticed by the one that suffers as an issue or a problem. They don't see it as an addiction. But when they wake up the next day, they don't feel better. The issues aren't resolved. Actually, now they're compacting, adding more problems than they had already had, which leads to more band-aids needing to be put on, more addictions, more quick fixes that don't stick, don't fix anything other than numbing them for a while. Instant satisfaction that fades quickly, just as fast as it comes. This includes empaths who have not yet come out of hiding to take responsibility for and to honor their gifts. When they try to just fit in, they actually feel more miserable than if they'd been brave enough to love and embrace their unique traits that they encourage others to do. Embrace their qualities, their gifts. Stand tall and proud in who they are, that are there for the empath's benefits first, but then also, and more importantly to the empath, are all there within you for service to others. Highly fulfilling to the empath's soul, feeling useful, helpful, feeling like you've made a difference in an otherwise relentless, chaotic, and jaded world. When an empath learns how to navigate their gifts and their self-confidence, their self-worth, their self-love skyrockets naturally, catapulting them to bigger, happier, better, brighter things and experiences. Empaths often find it hard to speak their minds until then. And I can help you to open your throat chakra, mend your internal emotional wounds, and free yourself of destructive habits and choices, teaching you to stop self-sabotaging your life and truly empower and expose who you are to the world so that we can change it together, beginning with changing yours. First, you have to gain self-esteem and self-love, self-worth. Empaths have the ability to turn any negative situation into a positive one. I promise you, I can help you to regain control in doing just that. You can literally transform and transmute negative energy into positive energy. You are a natural energy recycler. You are a great mood lifter. Your energy, your presence, your words heal people, and it can heal you too. Come, let me guide you home to yourself so that you can help guide this world to truly heal. If you are interested, please contact me via email at earthsonglovecraft@earthsonglovecraft.com. I also offer a course on my website that is titled The Mastery of Self. It's a short seminar. I think it's like 2 days and a couple hours each day. Please join me in healing yourselves so that we can teach the world to truly sing in perfect harmony together. In closing, I just want to inform all who have tuned in, if you are an empath, if what I've described within this segment resonates with you, then you are also called by other names, such as Starseed or Earth Angel incarnated. This human vessel that you are in is here to be able to move you from point A to point B to point C to complete your mission on your soul journey. Honor it, integrate it, become one. Speaking of names or labels, many of you are probably familiar with terms like the blue rays or the indigo star children. I will be doing a video series very soon to cover all 7 types of rays or all 7 types of star seeds. Because there is more than just the blue or the indigo. And those are the 2 most commonly spoken of. And there are 5 other categories of star seeds out there, wondering where they fit in, that need to be spoken to know that they are not alone. They are not left out, and they shouldn't try to force fitting into the descriptions of the blue ray or the indigo. If all of those checks aren't there, because chances are you're a red ray or an emerald green ray. So I will be covering all 7 of the rays, as well as in-depth information as to who the guides are for each of the rays. As a collective, you generally have one specific archangel that is attributed to your group, though it is not impossible or even forbidden in any way that other archangels could come and assist you in different areas that you are also meant to integrate and learn from. So we're going to understand that in a more deep and meaningful way coming up very soon. I also want to include in closing that all of these lessons and levels of awareness, of self-love and growth are not exclusive to an empath or starseed alone. These are levels and lessons that all of us are here to learn. And we will all learn them eventually via our free will choice of readiness. The intention of having these different groups, these empaths, who do all fit within the 7 categories, 7 groups of starseeds and the rays, their mission, their purpose in having these gifts is to be the leaders and the way showers for the collective, who are all perfectly capable and 100% as gifted as any empath or starseed or archangel that walks among you. So in closing, I want to remind you of what Jesus said to his 12 disciples as he sent them off in 12 different directions to do his great works. And they questioned him and said, "But Lord, if you are not with us, then how can we perform your great works?" And Jesus said to them all, "You too can do the same great works as I, and more." There have never been more literal words ever written or spoken than that. Because I am a living, breathing witness of testimony to that truth. And I know many people who are living, breathing testimonies of that truth. Whether it be because they experienced and were blessed from those miracles, or because they've learned how to perform them. So I should hope that all of you are uplifted and have been given better clarity and understanding, and even motivation to truly learn to know thyself fully. And in that, I will say to you, until next time, be well and be blessed in love and light. Take care.